Now, joining us now is author and Bloomberg columnist Alice Schroeder. She literally wrote the book on Buffett, The Snowball. It's the only biography he has cooperated with. Welcome back. Always nice to see you, Alice.
Nice to see you, too.
So the quarter, definitely some ups and some downs. Give us sort of the big picture now as to what investors can expect.
Well, the railroad business is probably going to be the bright spot this quarter because traffic numbers coming in from that industry have been very good. But clearly building products, the manufactured home business, retailing, some of the bread and butter businesses of Berkshire are going to be continuing to struggle.
And also the company, when you look at insurance results generally, when you look at the other insurers, have been sort of mixed. There has been a trend of some investment income that's been improving. Is that going to be the case at Berkshire also?
Investment income, yes, but I think for insurance, the key number that you want to look at is what's happening to premiums because there's competition that's just rampant in the property casualty industry right now. And most of those companies on a standalone basis are trading below or at book value. So that's a very tough sector to be, and I think it's going to be a tough quarter.
Alice, any chance that some of those insurance profits could be hurt by what happened in the Gulf of Mexico and that oil spill?
Yes, there is a possibility of that. The market tends to take these things in stride because Berkshire is a big player in these businesses, and they're very infrequent events, and then they get paid a lot to take these risks.
Alice, talk to us, because Julie mentioned in the toss to you, talk to us about Warren Buffett. As Julie mentioned, he's getting up in age, but talk to us about his leadership at Berkshire Hathaway. As she mentioned, you wrote the book on Mr. Buffett, and he did cooperate with you.
Well, his leadership has been extraordinary over a long career. He's created a remarkable company that has grown its book value at a rate that has possibly been unequaled, and certainly unequaled in any company that's been put together by investing organically.
But this has been kind of a rough year for Berkshire, though.
Absolutely. This has been a rough year because he's been criticized for his investments in Moody's, in Goldman Sachs. They've had these credit derivatives that have been a problem. He's had equity index puts. They're another type of derivatives that were implicated in the downgrade, and he's been criticized, yes.
So now that he is approaching 80, what are the implications of that? Obviously, he's got a sharp eye on his legacy. Is he going to talk at all about kind of what comes next?
One thing that Warren does not like to talk about much is exactly who will succeed him and be running the business. But everything he says has an eye toward his legacy and the future. I think he'll be pretty upbeat. I think he'll be very long-term. So where he's talking about the near-term economy, I think he'll be cautious. But in terms of Berkshire's future, I think he'll be very positive because he's thinking about what he's created and what it means.
And Alice, I'm just curious, since obviously you know a lot about Warren Buffett. Is he someone who, if health permits, he's going to be in that office as long as he possibly can?
They'll have to carry him out. They'll have to come and pry him with a crowbar out of his chair. Yes.
That's somehow what I suspected. Thanks so much, Alice. Bloomberg columnist Alice Schroeder.